is it me? But I know it ain't just me. But for one, to me, Mikey seemed to be looking past Broner. You know, what his options could be if he beat Broner. And he mentioning a lot of shit but Bud. You know what I'm saying? I just heard Robert say he'll go up a couple of pounds. Like, okay, you heard Mikey say he comfortable really at 135. That's my comfortable weight. But of course, for the money, they'll go up to fight Pacquiao. If not Pacquiao, go back down to 135. What about that other nigga? That nigga that's about to be undisputed if he beat against a Dongo. They don't even want to mention the name Bud. Like at all. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder why people not talking about that.
Because they smart. This shit is suicide.
You think it's straight suicide for Mikey?
You're not fucking with that man, huh?
Yeah.
Just off the simple fact that they can't even all the way give it a go with the Broner, you know what I'm saying? They not just, you know, they not just ruling it out like, yeah, Mikey's gonna win, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it depends on the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like they even. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying you could tell a little bit of the difference if you get what I'm saying, opposed to a person going out there talking about, man, he don't stand a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
This shit is a straight business. You know what I'm saying? And us journalists, I'm about to start. I ain't about to ask rhetorical questions to myself. I be hearing some of the ones that I fuck with do that, like, and I be sitting there like, bruh, I feel you, but you know why? Ain't no, and it ain't because these niggas scared. They not scared. They scared to take a L, but not for safety reasons. Or you get what I'm saying? It's just, would this L eliminate my bread? So, it's the new era of this shit, man. But yeah, it just seemed like Mikey ducking. I mean, he's not ducking because he's not even in his weight class. Well, he about to come up to Bud weight class, but it seemed like they avoid. That's the word. That's a term. You know, you got to duck, and then you also got to avoid. And to me, I don't always disagree with the avoids because I think it's about timing. Like, to me, I feel like when I see Bud, when I see people that's in position to make a big fight by doing other things to make it even bigger, like if the blueprint is laid out for them to do other little things to make this particular fight even bigger, I think they should do it. Meaning, I do think Mikey Garcia versus Bud, for one, will be a competitive fight because I seen Bud in competitive fights with niggas that's less than Mikey. I do believe Bud will win, but I believe you got shit like Bud can worry about a Dongo and unifying, and I believe Mikey can worry about going back to 135, unifying the titles, getting his brand bigger, because I believe he can beat the other champs, and it's credible wins. Then you go fuck with Bud. You get what I'm saying? So that's when I believe a fighter should avoid a fighter to the right time. Just like I think Keith Thurman need to avoid Spence. Because he already been in some tough battles. He got to give Spence some time to get him talking even more. You know? So that's what I see this fight as. But let's not rule out Adrian Broner because he's trying to avoid Bud too. Bud watching both them niggas, to be honest. You get what I'm saying? Like, if Broner win, who the fuck you think they gonna be mentioning with Broner? Bud. Cause what bullshit fight can Broner fight from here on out? Whether he win or lose. If he lose, he might be done. But if he win, Ain't nobody else out there to play with. What you gonna do now, bruh? Because then they gonna say you beat up a little guy, or you know how they gonna do it. And Broner said that's what they gonna do. So who you gonna fight? You going to that dangerous 147? Or you gonna stay at that dangerous 140 with a nigga that got all the belts? And if you don't fight him, but you fighting at 140, you fighting in, you know, when there'd be like a fight in the junior welterweight division. It's no significance. It's no title on the line. It's only one person for you to fight at 140 if you beat Mikey. That's why Paulie Malignaggi already talking to Broner about this shit don't last forever. Make sure you invest in the money. I know what's going on. This shit is like a tournament. Broner got one life left. Like, he can't lose. You get what I'm saying? All he could do, he can't, even if it's by close, he can't lose to Mikey at all, because Mikey coming up. Like, coming up in weight. So if he beat Mikey, then you got one more, which is a Bud. You might get a warm-up in. You might off your name be stubborn enough to demand for a warm-up before Bud, but then it's right to Bud, and then that's it. It's over after that. If you lose, which a lot of people think you're going to lose. So I get what's going on. Same thing with Mikey. He lose to Broner. It's like, okay, yeah, he on this level. We had to test it out to see. And that's cool. Let's let him go down there, defend the title, unify. And maybe if Lomachenko come up, that's something that the people could do. So Mikey's still in a good situation business-wise. Broner's in a good situation business-wise if he win as well. But the fights is about to be limited. He ain't got too many fights left. And that wasn't fast. He was boxing in 2012. It's 5 years later. This shit don't last that long. Literally. Everybody we see that Mayweather shit is a special fighter. But now those are legendary fighters. Broner is not a legendary fighter. I don't see him doing this shit for 20. So, you know, take what you can take. But them niggas they're going to try to avoid. Broner can't do too much avoiding because he's too popular. It's no getting around it. Mikey, if he beat Broner, he got the Mexican crowd, so they going to protect him to a little bit because they can afford to. And I don't view it as nothing wrong because Mikey is an exciting fighter. I would want to see him unified with them title, even though the other title holders not that important. It's up to them to promote it because it is an important fight. And it ain't a must that he'll beat them niggas because they champs. So it's like he got some options. And if I'm Bud, if he unify, I just be defending against these mandatories just a little bit and possibly get a money fight with Mikey if he feel like coming up after he do the shit. And if Mikey ain't fucking with me at all, then I believe it'll be time for what I know top rank cooking. They not telling nobody. When the time right, Crawford is going to go to welterweight and finally get the fight against Pacquiao. Just so he can beat him and have leverage with the WBO belt. And we could use promotional politics if we want to stall him fighting Earl or Keith. We'll take Danny though. I'm just saying, like, we'll take Danny. Or we might take Broner at 147. Because Broner be hopping on that fight after Bud beat Pacquiao. I want that fight. Because he know he could get $7 million out of that fight. Then Bud might be definitely one of the biggest crossover names now. He's in the big fight. Because you know people might look at Pacquiao fight, because it's going to be buzz going around that he fighting a nigga that's serious. You're going to see more people. It might be a new pay-per-view. And then Bud going to beat the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Which make casual people be like, hold up, this nigga, this black motherfucker, alright. That black motherfucker fighting the Broner nigga? Hey, we got to tune into this shit. We gonna see Broner. We finally can get to see Broner get his ass whooped. But I think Broner will bring the best out of Bud. I don't think it's gonna be a one-sided fight. Bud might be turning into one of my favorite chumps, man. He might be one of my top 5 because I like his demeanor. It's like, I think I would root for him if Earl end up being the one that beat Keith, because he'll be the underdog. Bud. I think I root for Bud. Keith Thurman and Bud, it's just something about their styles. It's just not intriguing me, because maybe I'm just so caught up on the Keith and Earl for right now. They all gonna fight, yeah.